What if we could actually teleport? Not just hopping from one side of the city to the other, but zipping across the globe in an instant. Imagine you're in New York, and in the blink of an eye, you're standing in Tokyo. No flight, no jet lag, no delays. It's the stuff of sci-fi. But teleportation isn't as far out of reach as you might think. What if it were actually possible? Teleportation is rooted in a mind-bending part of physics called quantum mechanics. Specifically, quantum entanglement is the key. In simple terms, it's a phenomenon where two particles become linked in such a way that the state of one instantly affects the other, even if they're light years apart. Researchers have already managed to teleport information, specifically the state of photons or light particles, over short distances. So, technically, teleportation of information is possible. It's a start, but it's not quite what you see in the movies, where people just zip across space. Now, imagine the next level, teleporting physical objects, or even people. To do this, you'd need to take something as complex as a person and break them down into their tiniest components, like atoms and molecules, sending that information to another location. Once it reaches its destination, the information would be used to reconstruct you in the exact same form. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the problem. You'd need an insane amount of data storage and transmission power to even begin thinking about teleporting something as large and complex as a human body. Not only that, but the risk of errors could be catastrophic. What if part of you gets lost or rearranged? Picture yourself arriving in another location missing a limb, or worse, completely reassembled in the wrong way. It's not exactly the kind of beam me up experience most people would sign up for. Even with these crazy challenges, teleportation could be a game changer for society. Think about it. No more 10-hour flights, no more long customs lines, and no more packing for days to travel across the world. The way we travel, work, and interact with each other could be completely transformed. The environmental impact of long-distance travel could also decrease dramatically, since you'd no longer need airplanes spewing CO2 into the atmosphere. Imagine a world where everyone could instantly be anywhere. Commuting would be a thing of the past. For business, distance would no longer matter, meaning companies could set up operations anywhere, quickly and efficiently. You could have lunch in Paris and then be back home by dinner, all without a single line at the airport. However, like most new technologies, teleportation would come with its own set of risks and ethical dilemmas. Who controls it? Who gets to decide when and where it's used? The potential for misuse is huge. If teleportation technology fell into the wrong hands, it could become a weapon. Think about the possibilities for spying, smuggling, or even sabotage. Not to mention, there's the possibility of criminal activity, teleporting into secured areas, for example, or bypassing security systems entirely. Then, there's the question of privacy. Would you have to give consent every time someone wants to teleport to your location? And what about identity theft? With data being exchanged at such a personal level, could people's identities be stolen or manipulated? Teleportation could completely change how we live. It's not just about faster travel. It's about a fundamental shift in how we understand space, distance, and even time. But as with any major breakthrough, it's important to think about the consequences, the risks, and how to handle such powerful technology. It could make the world feel smaller and more connected than ever, but we'd need to be smart and responsible with it. If we get it right, teleportation could be one of the most incredible advances in human history. If we get it wrong, though, the consequences could be far-reaching, possibly in ways we can't even imagine yet.